Boom, 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 boom. It's a snow day timestamp. It's 2 p.m. and it's January 4th. Today we're talking Valerian. I have no idea what I even sound like right now. I don't have my headphones on. But yeah, doing Valerian today. This is yet another movie that got trashed by the community as a whole. And oh my god, I had my heat running. And I got the color of money running. I'm so unprofessional. Let me turn everything off just so we can sit down in silence and be silent. Yeah. So speaking of jumping into movies. Okay, we're going we're going to bleed off here for a little bit, and then we're going to cycle back to Valerian. I'm just kind of like going through thoughts from yesterday's podcast, and holy moly, yeah, that was a rough one. That was a rough one for me to get back into the flow. But I say this a lot. You got to bleed. You got to be willing to bleed and keep moving forward, and to get better and have confidence and not look back much. I think too many people, you spend too much time looking back, and you don't realize that procrastination is stopping you from moving forward, even on something in your life that's regular and repetitive. But moving forward with a angle, with a new spin, it's I think it's a part of that rush, and it's euphoric and it feels fantastic. I spent a chunk of last night when I came back. I was at the office roughly until 9:30 last night. But when I came back, yeah, I just kind of went right back into like housework mode. So I was in work mode for about 12 hours on Market Street in Philadelphia. Came home, spent another at least 2 hours just running around here, going crazy, getting ready for my move. I'm moving. I've alluded to this before. This move is one of the biggest stress points in my entire life. I cannot. I can't think of anything that I've really had to do so much on my own, and so much of it was on me in my entire life. And I know that's like a weird thing to say, because I know a lot of people out there, listeners have had children, family, trouble, family success. Yeah, a lot of you've traveled. Some of you, some friends out there that listen, you've lost houses and livelihoods, and I know that was stressful, and I was always there for that stuff. But for me, yeah, and this is huge. Anyone that spends time around me knows that I have a big life. I make it big. I bleed. I suffer. I do it all. Same. Look, I bleed for Dream Warriors, and I bleed in my own life, and I try and get the absolute most out of it. I about like a year ago, I started working on this stack of poems, and all the poems, the dominant theme of these poems are kind of like things you should do as a as like a productive man, as an individual. It applies to women too. It applies to everybody. But and it mostly uses the F word. But one of them was you're not effing drinking Red Bull. And the whole idea of just one poem I wrote is that the you need a lifestyle that enables, that requires Red Bull, because if you're not guzzling Red Bull, you're not running the game right. You are being gamed. Okay, you're being suckered. But anyway, yeah. So last night was just this like long, just felt forever. But just getting a lot of things situated here in order. I packed my first box, and man, like that was too long coming. I shot off my email to the management company. I can't bring myself to purchase. I don't know why. They offered me this unit where I live. I could not. Once it started to get into like the financials, they like the 2+ month audit for the bank account, And like even me communicating a lot of the terms with the management company from myself, because I was trying to really do this like person to person, like a straight up purchase. No broker, no like only a lender, so not even much of a mortgage company. But I just couldn't do it. Mentally, I could not. And what ended up happening was I checked out this building, and it's the funny thing in life is you don't know what you deserve until you have it. Okay. I think this is one of the gratifications you get when you go window shopping, as I was discussing yesterday, and you just randomly kind of buy something, and you feel good. You feel real good when you purchase something, and a lot of these people out there will tell you that's bad. It's bad to have that attitude because you can't be materialistic. No, 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 no. If you view your money and your bank account as an extension of your personal freedom and liberty, because that is what you earned, then yes, purchasing is a extension of your freedom and liberty, and you should own things that are symbolic of that, meaningful things, and sometimes spontaneous things that you get rid of later. It doesn't matter, but like that euphoria comes from. It just comes from a new like almost like unexpected, spontaneous, out of the box challenge that you've given yourself. And like that's when I packed up my first box from this move. That's a lot of what I I felt. I just felt this huge weight off my shoulders, and uh, you know. Oh, I lost my train of thought. So I was getting to what you deserve. I'm all over the place here. But hey, come on, come on, come on. Give me a break. It's a snow day. But yeah, so what you deserve. So when I checked out this building, a lot of like the spontaneous things you purchase when you window shop, like it's you might be out of range, like that jacket or shoes or something might be slightly out of your range, but when you purchase it, you feel like you deserved it and it feels good. Okay, one of the reasons why I stayed in this unit for as long as I did is because I didn't feel like I deserved anything else. I didn't deserve to live a different way. So I checked out this building, and it's one half of my living space. And, that's usually like a big shock. But the amenities and the location of the building, and as I found out within like a few weeks of just like trickling out the info to a lot of people, this building is well known and renowned. I had no idea. I just liked the management company, and I really liked what the building offered, and I saw myself as deserving it. And once I realized I deserved this, to live in the true center of Philadelphia Center City, the true center, I did anything I could to make it happen, and it did, and it was a wonderful email, I getting the approval and knowing the chaos it was going to spin out of me was, excuse me, just drinking water today, was and is incredible and fantastic. And so that was a lot yesterday. It's that initial procrastination just getting stomped out. Yesterday too was like a really big rollout, podcast and YouTube back to back, prepping podcasts for today. So and then we have our 9 to 5 stuff, and we have my all my other things. So anyway, so we're here, and one of the sticking points from yesterday's discussion with the movie Bright is that my contention with that movie is that it opens up this gateway of a genre that no one thought about until right now. And the movie itself is wonderfully shot, incredibly acted, well designed. It is thought out. It is still a movie, meaning that to me it doesn't. The movie doesn't fulfill a prophecy or something and leans towards in the opening credits, and then the orc cop by the end is the prophesized one, and they don't really do anything with it. But the movie kind of ends on this celebratory note. a la Star Wars New Hope type thing, or Star Wars Phantom Menace Episode 1. Okay, so with all that being said, yeah, I still back Bright. I kind of want to watch it like soon. I said that yesterday, but I've been like stacking movies to go over with you guys, but and something great happened. So the episode goes live. Episode 61 of Dream Warriors goes live, hits the feeds and everything, and then like almost instantaneously, Variety announced the Bright 2, and the some of the numbers or the information came out about the streaming time. It's like the highest streaming movie in history is Bright. So the concept captured people. It got word of mouth. Anything that rises in streaming is all word of mouth. Okay, you can build awareness, but the surge is word of mouth, and that is something that Hollywood has never had, because they can rely on advertising campaigns for a initial pop in box office, and that could be enough for a sequel. But when it comes to streaming, it's strictly word of mouth. And anything that is popular in streaming is 100% people speaking. So this is another incident where the freaking critics, these online high horse, everyone knows who they are. You know who they are. I watch their videos. I read their reviews. I follow their blogs. I know who you are. You know who you are. And you're consistently wrong. This is where 2017 is the fall of criticism, which is directly connected to the part of the fall of the box office. So thank you very much, to quote Andy Kaufman. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're we're talking Valerian. I don't even know what this movie has on Rotten Tomatoes. We can kind of see, right? Like, what does Valerian have on Rotten Tomatoes? I know this is going to be good. Okay, 49% critic, 55% audience. So it is, yeah. And to compare, some of my initial roll-in episodes of Dream Warriors is just going to be me typing. We're going to go right. I'm going back to Rotten Tomatoes, and I just want to know, like, where's Fifth Element lie? There's also been studies and information that the Rotten Tomatoes does not affect box office whatsoever. Fifth Element, wow, look at this. Isn't this something? Fifth Element in 72% audience score is 86. So we have a movie, Valerian, that is in every single review, every single one. I know that's like that's a swing to catch a lot, but I'm just going to say every single one. Everyone said this is Fifth Element. This is the spiritual successor, sequel, extension of the Fifth Element. If one is the brother, the other one is the sister. So everyone loves Fifth Element, and Fifth Element is 72 and 86% Rotten Tomato. And Valerian, just to say it again, is 49%, 55 audience on Rotten Tomato. Okay, so what are we doing? How are we looking at these movies? Because these movies, believe it or not, I do agree with that take. They are extremely similar. They're even similar in palette and tone, the sepia tones. Okay, they're similar in their character archetypes. They're similar in the villain, like or the some of the mechanics, because even in Fifth Element, some of the mechanics of the characters that move the plot forward are villainous but not villainous, and both share that they're like very middle ground bad guys. But yeah, so people can only like something once. That should immediately be suspect. Like number two, let me just go to this guy, because Luc Besson, the director of Valerian, This guy is a straight up luminary. He is not heralded as one of the greatest filmmakers of our time. He is potentially, like my list, top five. And by filmmaker, I mean the guy directs, writes, produces. His producing credits nearly, I would say, like by a couple percentage points or hairs, definitely outdistance his directing, and that's only because his directing fell off. It's definitely slowed down. His screenwriting credits are vast. His producing credits are. He's been producing movies from '81 to 2018. He's got movies coming out next year. Okay, he gave us Lucy. He's the guy behind Taken. He's the guy behind Transporter. Like there's four of these taxi movies, and I'm not even sure what those are. His Wikipedia is insane. I'm not. I have to get into these taxi movies. I'm not even sure. Are they on Amazon Prime? Are they on Amazon Instant? Let me just search Taxi. I know I'm going to get the TV show, and I'm going to get Taxi Driver. Taxi is, and there's the Taxi 1998 is included on Prime. I'm adding this right now to my watch list. So according to Amazon, Taxi, to work off his tarnished driving record, a hip taxi driver must chauffeur a loser police inspector on the trail of German bank robbers. So Taxi got what did I say? Four movies. Four movies. 2017. So that's a heck of a series. I'm not even familiar with that. He's behind one of the great triple directorial runs. From '94 all the way into 98, 99. 94, he gave us Leon the Professional. Okay. One of the best Hitman movies ever. Easily, again, top five for that one. And then he followed that up with 97, The Fifth Element. Again, insanely unique movie. One of a kind. Well, not now, we have Valerian, but the only other imagery on film that's there's two in the opening. So Fifth Element is like New York City, and then it goes into space. Valerian is if the space universe of Fifth Element continued, and we've stretched out that aesthetic, and leading into Fifth Element, the New York part. There's only two movies, technically maybe three. Okay, now three movies that come to mind. One would be one of the sequences in Heavy Metal, the animated classic. Number two would be the Stallone Judge Dredd, and the third one, of course, would be Blade Runner. Okay, and technically, how about the Blade Runner Los Angeles universe? Because we got Blade Runner 2049. Okay, and to follow out this trifecta, 2 years after Fifth Element, he comes out with The Messenger, the story of Joan of Arc. This is a hugely overlooked movie, which is funny because Joan of Arc comes from his blood, his heritage, his country, right? I mean, she's French. Was Joan of Arc French? I think he's French. We're just figuring things out. We're learning together here, everyone. So Luc Besson, I don't even know how to pronounce his name. He's Paris, France. Wow, born in Paris, France. Look at this guy. He's only 58. Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc. No. It automatically searched Joan of Arc movie, but we just went Joan of Arc. Yeah, Joan of Arc is French. Okay, so I do know some of my world history. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know if that movie was Oscar bait, but I remember when that came out, I was so excited. I was so into that movie. I thought the performances. I thought, I guess maybe he got knocked because Mila Jovovich from the Resident Evil franchise starred in that, and I believe they started dating or they got married around that time. And it was somewhat of a box office failure. And I kind of want to say so was Fifth Element. Was Fifth Element box office failure? Fifth Element budget $90 million, box office $263, which is very funny to Valerian. Valerian box office. Let's do this. Okay, Valerian box office. Here we go. Budget. I love the budget for 177. Like, keep in mind, Valerian is endless special effects. It's endless. It's probably one of the most special effects driven movies ever. Okay. Justice League costs like 300 million. Okay, so Valerian domestically brought in 41 million. Worldwide, it's 225. Okay, so Fifth Element kind of doubled. This did not quite so much double, but you expect that from these types of movies. Movies like Valerian resonate. So, do we go over the plot of Valerian? Is that what everybody is here for? Okay, so a lot of people criticize the actor in this movie. What's his name? What's the dude's name? The guy's name is Dana DeHaan. He is the Green Goblin from Amazing Spider-Man 2, from Chronicle. I love this dude's look. Incredible look. Just like if girls can be like oddly attractive or oddly hot, like they have like almost like stained out odd features. This dude is oddly handsome. Okay, and he got criticized because he's not masculine enough to be the super spy, this unstoppable force. But if you go through Luke's direction for Fifth Element and his casing for Fifth Element, he gets a lot of these like model-driven, almost androgynous men and women to be a part of these roles and sub-roles. And this one, he took this front and center. So Fifth Element has Bruce Willis. You're definitely a guy. He has Mila Jovovich, definitely a woman. Everyone surrounding these two are mostly androgynous outside the priest. But this is the point. He defines gender, he defines roles through the casting, and then there's like this membrane. And a lot of times this echoes what's in his storytelling. The storytelling too is like that. There's black and white, but within that black and white there is a wonderful gray. Okay, you get this in Fifth Element. You get this also in Valerian. Again, like the way how these two movies are similar on that note. Again, brother and sister. Okay, and co-starring. So here's the thing. So people criticized the lead role Valerian for not being masculine enough. But no one, Cara Delevingne, right? Is oh my god, I just butchered her name. But essentially the Enchantress from Suicide Squad. So this girl is LBGQ, social justice commenter, warrior, whatever you want to say. But she's active in it. I believe she wrote a book. She's again like model, actress, author. She's fashion designer. This Cara girl is endless. Hashtag nonstop, hashtag relentless. This is what I subscribe to. She's political, but fine. But this chick, her on screen, I just can't stop looking at her. The movie begins with her in the bikini. It's like, yo. So this is where we are. We're at these somewhat of a delicate dance. There's a romance brewing between these two super spies. And all hell breaks loose, and then they have to be called into action. The movie starts with everyone on like a holodeck, and they're in this beach resort type atmosphere, which I definitely like. I 100% enjoy that. But yeah, so when we have that, and the movie has somewhat of a like prologue or like a solid chapter one that sets up the villains. And I thought this was a great setup because it walks you into a culture, a life, and it walks you into a pain and a horror. And the revelation of what these aliens and these creatures are doing within, like, I would say like mid-second act going into the third act, it's great because it pays off. And along the way, like we're dealing with a chase adventure movie where we're investigation. It's chase, adventure, science fiction, investigation, couple, military, romance movie. Okay, it's Valerian is one of a kind. I never read the source material. There's 4 graphic novels that this is based on. I don't know like how much of it is where. I don't really care. Sometimes I just want to sit down and watch a movie, and I don't need pretext. I just want to watch an effing movie, and this movie definitely delivered on that. So the story just goes from environment to environment with insane environment after insane environment. Amazing design, amazing gear, helmet pieces, head pieces. There's a montage where in the beginning of the movie where this city of 1,000 planets is being created, and it has this like introduction, like greeting montage where it's just one alien after the next, and the designs presented in this are jaw-dropping. It's amazing that most of these designs ended up on screen. Very much same as those bulky, heavy metal-driven, Mobius-driven brace alien showed up in the beginning of Fifth Element with with what's his name, Luke Perry, from 90210 in that scene. Shout out to 90210. But yeah, okay. So like, what are we really doing? Valerian, beginning, middle, end. The opening frames and payoff by the end of the movie with our antagonist / protagonist, our little alien, our alien friends, and then our protagonists, our Valerian and Lauren, who are our couple, our spy couple throughout the movie. Their story pays off within the final frame. So we have a perfectly bookended movie. We have a villain emerge with Clive Owen, whose costume design in this, and his militaristic costume design is, again, phenomenal. I mean, cosplayers, attack that, jump on that, cosplayers. That is a challenge. Let's do the Clive Owen military uniform from Valerian. Okay, it must be done, cosplayers. But yeah, he has a turn. He becomes a little bit of the bad guy, and he gets his payday. So this movie pays off on all fronts. This movie felt great. It felt like it was a blockbuster from the 90s. Not that it was nostalgic, but there was a formula that emerged within the 90s blockbusters that is like simple. Like, man, some of these movies in the night, Face Off, Armageddon, Deep Impact, Fifth Element, okay, is a long list. Chain Reaction, Keanu Reeves, dogs and cats getting together, okay? We're talking complete chaos, but there is this formula that emerged in the 90s that is forgotten, but it's also past starting. It's forgotten on a high note. It's forgotten good, but it's good to see callbacks from some of these filmmakers that still understand acts 1, 2, and 3, A, B, and C, and you deliver in the third act. I think a lot of movies today fumble a little bit with the setup, but movies today seem to be amazing third acts that go into a sequel. And this is one of the reasons why we have amazing sequels, because so much happens in third acts now. But yeah, so like, what's not to like about this movie? I don't really know. I'm 30 minutes in, and I'm kind of done. I don't know what else I can say about this other than do yourself a favor. Like, don't listen to anyone reviewing movies anymore, unless if it's Dream Warriors. But no. But crap, man, like, it's very upsetting watching this slow ice cream cone. Oh my God, can I talk today? I can't. It's the snow. The snow's not making me talk. This slow ice cream cone melt of an industry, which is film review. We're watching it happen. Everyone is collectively saying the same thing, and they're all shooting themselves in the foot. It's weird. Again, like how so many people can say the same thing, but this movie, it's action. It's science fiction. So you have special effects. It's action and modern day special effects. It's sexy people. It's a sexy girl. It's a sexy dude. Can we all just jump on this? It has reality. The movie has an arc. It has a lesson. Hello, do we talk about this anymore? This movie has a lesson to Like even within war, you sacrifice to do the better thing, no matter what. You sacrifice for almost like sometimes a greater good is your soul, but you make a sacrifice of yourself, even if that means execution and death, and you make that decision. That's like another huge theme of this movie. Yeah, is it over the head? Is it too harsh? Could have been subtle. It's like whatever, maybe, but it's this is where it is, and I picked up on it and I liked it, and I thought the movie was better for it. Okay, so yeah, sometimes preachiness from a Star Wars Last Jedi, preachiness bad. This preachiness good because you know what you're getting throughout the movie. It's not being disguised or wrapped up. It's a different with presentation and intent. Presentation and intent, if you're a regular film critic, doesn't use those words, it's time to move on and just tell everyone about Dream Warriors instead. But yeah, so look everyone, shorter episode today. It's a snow day. I got emails to get to. I got a ton of work. I got to check on, not really. I was going to say I have to check on Dallas, but I just saw him. Dallas cracks me up. So what he does, because he's gray and white, and one of my, like how a lot of girls love cheetah pattern, which is like every girl's drawn to it. Doesn't, I'll tell you what's hot. The Victoria's Secret used to have, it's been copied, but I just remember first seeing Victoria's Secret. But it was like a hot pink piping cheetah print underwear and bras, like bra and panties. So it was like hot pink and cheetah. What? Oh my God, hot combination. But women are drawn to cheetah. I'm drawn to gray camo. Dallas is gray and white. I have a giant gray camo pillow bed sheets that Dallas is right now curled up on, and he's nearly invisible. And I was looking for him when I was talking about it. I just saw where he is. So he's fast asleep. He's staying warm. I'm also going to bundle up. I'm watching more movies. We have Brawler and Cell Block 99, the Belko Experiment. Those are like the next big two breakdowns and discussions. I might put them together because I love them both. I love them both. Both perfect. Two movies, perfect endings. But oh God, did I just spoil? Okay, I gotta stop talking now because I'm gonna keep going. But look. Hey, any Dream Warrior contributor, if you're out there, I'm calling you. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your contributions. With that, signing off. Everyone have a good day. Chase your dream. If you don't have a dream, get a dream for it. Start chasing. Start doing it.